Hi guys, Shelly here. I'm so happy that I'm back. The video that I posted about will I still have a job was actually dated, I want to say early July or mid-July. Now we are at the end of August already, and I wanted to make a quick update, and I'm sorry for uploading the last video kind of late because some of the news that were written there were kind of like done when we found out that 1,500 of us, we would have been furloughed. And when I say would have been furloughed, good news is, drum roll, I get to keep my job, which I'm so thankful. And a lot of us are, pilots and flight attendants are to keep our job with our airlines, who I'm so grateful. Thank you for all the prayers. Thank you for all your support. I am so appreciative for you and for giving me that opportunity, to also giving us your trust. Your love, your trust, your faith. Everybody's together. A lot of people just kind of like, you know what, united. They were strong. A lot of people left and took an early retirement package. Some people just left with their own, their own will, and others like us were just praying because we wanted to keep our job and keep working and doing what we do best. And I think 95% of us kept our job, which is amazing. I love this airline. I love the camaraderie. I love, if that's how you say it, camaraderie. Anyways, I like how everybody stands hand in hand. Everybody helps each other. I've always said it, this is the best airline there is. I'm just glad that we got together and were able to find a solution to this problem, because it was a problem. People were losing their jobs that they worked so hard to attain. And so I'm happy to say and to report that I will be keeping my job. So are a lot of my coworkers and pilots. So I'm really, really excited. Unfortunately, for a lot of you who applied with us, got your CJO, went through the entire process. I know you guys recently got your letters. Some people have gotten them yesterday, others gotten them a few days ago. Unfortunately for you guys, I know it's just shocking, and it's kind of sad to hear that they are putting everything on hold for now, and you're gonna have to go through the entire process again. So I really apologize for that. I know you guys have worked so hard to get to where you need to be, but if you were able to get that CJO, and if you were about to go to training, or even if you didn't get your CJO, you guys, you made it that far. Just remember what it took for you to get there. Don't lose that spark. Keep going, keep thriving. Don't let anything get in your way. Remember, it's all about being positive. That's what I said in my last video. And despite all the rumors, despite everything that was about to happen, we kept positive and it happened. So the power of the subconscious, the law of attraction, I believe in all that. Just keep positive, you guys. So as quickly as you guys were able to, get that CJO, I believe that we will be rehiring very soon. I'm guessing, now this is my guess, I'm guessing right after Christmas, there might be some changes. Now, this is just what my opinion. Don't quote me on that. So just stay positive, you guys, and have faith. Very important. Things will come your way. Now, with that said, I wanted to tell you guys some good news as well. I heard that 2 airlines are hiring. Yes, they are. 2 regionals are actually hiring right now. Who'd have known, right? And unfortunately, I heard about some other airline, which I don't want to mention, who was partnered with the big airlines, such as like United and American, who lost their contract with them. And unfortunately for them, are struggling a lot because that was their bread and butter. So they would actually fly for the big airlines, these tiny little regionals who would fly for the major airlines and help them with the little routes. Unfortunately, they've lost the contract with the big guys, and the big guys contracted other people, and they are struggling right now. So I'm kind of feeling bad for them because they were a really popular company. Now, with the airlines that are hiring, I will mention them right over here. And so you guys make sure that you put in your application. If you need a little refresher with your interview, what to say, how to go about, what are the questions, I need some help, contact me right here, flywithshelly@gmail.com. I'm always here to help. And so also one more thing. I wanted to let you guys know that Frontier Airline has started to reach out to applicants And this is a little rumor within the industry. I'm guessing within a month or two, they are reopening their hiring process. So keep that in mind. Frontier Airline, you guys, will be hiring. And so that is really exciting, but that's just, you know, I want to keep it on the down low. I don't want to be making it, you know, like an international news here, but it's really exciting to know that they are opening up and they are wanting your applications, and they cannot wait to have you on board because their flights have increased a lot. And they have, you know, they're just needing more employees, which is unbelievable in a time like this, which I commend them. I'm excited for that, for them. They are technically our competitor, but in the industry, we all stand together, hand in hand, and I don't see it as a competition. I see it, you know, if we don't do that route, then you take Frontier, and if you can't take Frontier, then you take our airline. We're all in this together, and we want to partner together, and we don't want to look at each other as competition. So if they are reopening, I'm excited because I have a feeling that we may as well soon. Now, with that said, we are still going forward with the orders of our new airplanes that were ordered. I believe we had ordered between 10 and 25 planes for the next couple of years. That is still on the table, which means things are looking out for us. People are flying more. I'm so excited. Again, is it safe? I've been asked over and over again, is it safe to fly? Yes, it is, you guys. It is. You will be required to wear your mask, okay, through the entire flight. So if it is a 3-hour flight, you need to keep that mask on. If it is a 5-hour flight, you need to keep that mask on. Now, so masks are required and very important, but you do get to fly. It is safe as long as you take precautions. If you know you are sick and your immune system cannot handle the virus in case you do catch it, then do not expose yourself publicly just yet. Wait for the vaccines to come along, and when it does, then if that makes you feel safer, you may go ahead and take that vaccine to protect you when it does come out. Until then, stay home. Now, if you feel that you are young, you're healthy, you can handle a tiny pneumonia version of a pneumonia or handle any kind of side effect that COVID can give you. Anyways, so going back to jobs, you guys, I mean, is it safer to fly? I believe it is. The air, I mean, obviously at the airport, you're in contact with a lot of people, so take your distancing. When you are seated in the plane, they do kind of skip every other passenger, so you will not be seated next to someone. Now, I heard, unfortunately, that Frontier don't really go about, but they don't really abide by those rules of how people fly with them, and they literally have people next to them. So I think they're trying to work on that. So if they are, just keep your mask on, okay? So I think I don't know if it was American as well, who kind of see people next to you without skipping a passenger, which I think is kind of like bizarre, because even now you go to restaurants, you will not be seated next to someone. They'll make sure that they have one table down and another open. So I don't understand why the airlines would have you seated next to someone, but that's kind of something I need to look into. I've heard 2 stories. I've heard people saying I just flown with them and they sat me next to someone, a stranger, and then I've spoken to other people saying no, we were spaced out. So I don't know if it depends on the flight attendants or it depends on the scenario or how many passengers they have that day and how they want to accommodate people. So I don't know how that works yet, but make sure you have your mask, you guys. And if you're like me and claustrophobic, I have such an issue with the mask, you guys, you have no idea. But there are some masks now that I just found out. They are sold on Amazon. And it's kind of, you know how that visor is here, but it's a visor that's this way. Okay, so it's got elastic. The plastic visor goes here. So it doesn't really fog too much, because when you have the visor, you can fog the whole visor and you can't see, but they're plastic. And so you could breathe, you know. So again, that's just to avoid your spit on someone, or to avoid someone kind of like spitting on you if they're talking, but otherwise you're still breathing the air. You know, it is what it is, whether you're wearing that or you're wearing the visor, which is a cute little visor. I think I'm gonna get that, but I can't when I'm working, because at work they have a specific mask that they want you to wear. So anyways, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do until we don't need to wear them anymore, which I'm hoping soon, because I'm like, I can't breathe. And it makes me even weaker wearing it, because I'm breathing my own CO2, and it just gives me a headache, and I just don't feel well, and I feel like fainting. It's just horrible. Anyways, that is my problem. That's not your problem. But if you guys watch the video about, you know, things you don't know about me, the first thing I say is I'm claustrophobic. I really am. And that does not help my case. Anyhow, so when you're in the air, and you're in a plane, yes, you are next to people, they're probably 6 feet away or not, the air that you are breathing in the plane is circulated in a way that it actually is healthier because it comes and goes. It goes outside of the plane and back, and you're getting fresh air. The air that is circulating is actually 10 times healthier than the air that you're breathing in your home, which is not as circulated, or in a building or in a mall. So my thing is it healthy to fly? I believe so. I truly, truly believe so. I think you're gonna get a lot more fresh air, and you have your little vent too where you can control, which I always recommend to leave on, so that if there's any germs, you're throwing that air on top of you and you're pushing all the germs away. So I believe that it is really important that you keep that air vent. Bring your disinfecting wipes, wipe the interior, your seat, your tablets, your armrest. Make sure you disinfect everything and bring it with you. So when you open the bathroom door, or you can just wear gloves, so that will kind of, and it'll be the end of your worries, because you could just wear your gloves and kind of take them off. And there's a technique to take them off, because if you're touching your bare hand on your glove, you're touching all your germs. So there's a way to remove gloves if you are wanting to wear that. But if you don't want to wear gloves because you're already wearing a mask, we're all gonna look like we're all gonna look like, what do you call it, the people in the operation table, all these doctors. We're all geared up to go for an operation because we're all like surgeon here. Anyway, but what I recommend is that you disinfect your area, even the vent, because people have touched it with their hands, and then you're golden. Take that paper or that disinfecting wipes that you use, make sure that it's compatible, it's compact, put it in your purse. The flight attendants will walk through the aisles, and before we even take off, they'll pick up the garbage because they know that you're using wipes to do that. So that's genius. If not, we have the little barf bag, put that in there, close it up, make sure it's kind of sticking out so that they can pick it up, or you can throw it in the garbage. So anyways, always sanitize, sanitize, sanitize. I can't reinforce that enough. If not, then take your hand sanitizer, clean your hands, get a little tissue and clean your area. Takes 2 seconds, and it'll avoid you from grabbing or catching or anything that maybe the person before you who was seated there could have passed on to you. So with that said, I am so excited that the airlines are starting to open up a little bit. Things are starting to pick up a little more. It's not like it was last year, of course, if you're comparing, but it is picking up, which is good news. I'm excited about the 2 airlines, like I said, that I posted earlier that are hiring. Make sure you go on their website and you just can apply, put in your application. They will call you and follow up with you. So I'm really excited. It's good news all around, not only with my airline, but the other airlines. And for those of you who wanted to be a flight attendants, who are been furloughed, I strongly suggest to go with the airlines that are hiring right now. Any experience is good experience. Whether you do the interview and you get it, you've interviewed and you've practiced. If you do the interviews and you get the job and you go for training, that is another job that you have pending your job as you're being furloughed. Even though it is probably not the airline you want, it doesn't matter. It's still experience, it's still money. It's still, something that you enjoy doing, you're still doing. So why close the door on that if that is something that you're passionate about? It doesn't matter which airline. Sometimes you just have to settle. And, I believe that everything happens for a reason. And if it is meant to be, your airline will hire you back and with open arms. And the experience that you've gained with that regional, because maybe you're not wanting to go to a regional at this point, maybe the experience that you gained there would be fascinating. So also with that said, I've heard that another regional just closed their doors. Unfortunately, I know that they were treating their flight attendant and pilot not so good. It is one of the airlines that I've interviewed for and got the job. I remember thinking that was going to be my practice interview. I was not going to go with them, but that was one of my first interviews that I did. And I'm sure you could see some of the videos at the bottom of these videos of when I interviewed for that airline. Now I did gain experience. So I was very grateful for that. I did hear some bad reviews about how they were treating their flight attendants and not paying overtime. And they were really cutting a lot budget-wise already, so they were struggling, and unfortunately they just closed their doors to many of us, and a lot of my friends were working for them. I won't mention their name, you guys can do your research, but unfortunately their airline is no longer alive or existing. So I'm kind of saddened by the news, but again, I'm grateful for the experience that they've given me, and I'm just sad that my friends are out of a job. Although when they were working for them, don't believe they were treated as fairly as they should. And I've heard so many complaints, and I've received so many calls, and they were struggling. They really were struggling. They weren't getting paid what they deserved, which I thought was kind of sad. And they were overworked. And because they were struggling already, I think the pandemic didn't help the situation. So it's unfortunate. I pray for the ones that are being laid off. But again, you guys, look at it with an open mind. There's other jobs out there that are opening up in that industry. So I would say take your butt and bring it over here. Apply. You have nothing to lose. Go for that interview. If you want to wait for Frontier, you can do that. I would now send out my application. If they are taking applications. If not, I would have my resume ready. I would call Shelly, and I would start my interview process. I would start practicing right now, because like I said, you never ever know when they open up. And what if your favorite airline opens up and you're just like, oh my gosh, I've got my interview. Like, it's this week. What do I do? It's always good to be prepared. You guys, be prepared. Don't wait for last minute. Everybody's always about last minute, and they panic. And you had all this time during the pandemic where you could have practiced, and you could have, you know what I mean, just gotten better at interviewing and getting this job. So never give up your dream. Always stay on top of things. And the people that succeed compared to the people that don't succeed are the people that are prepared and ready. So anyone that has succeeded in life, or they're millionaires, or they're Fortune 50, or they're like owners of all these huge companies, they'll tell you, I was prepared, but I was just waiting for that opportunity. But I was prepared. I had all my ammunition. I had all my degrees. I had all my knowledge. I just waited for that door to open. Now, think of it this way. If you're not prepared and that door opens, now what? It is not the time to get prepared. You need to have everything with you, all your ammunitions, in order to be ready to go for it when that door opens. So that's what I'm saying, you guys. Get ready. Call me. Email me. I can help you with your interview process. I can help you with the questions. I can get you ready. And once you are ready, you guys, when that door opens, you go for it. Your resume is ready. You know how to answer the questions. You don't kind of like backtrack and start doing that all over again when you should have done it before. So just a little FYI, just to help you whenever they do reopen. So today is a very nice and positive video. Like I said, I'm very grateful for all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your faith, your belief in me and us and the airline. Thank you for flying again. You guys are starting to understand that flying will save the industry, and it has. And so I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart, and I'm really excited and I'm happy, and I cannot wait to hear all about you guys' opinion on what you think about the new airlines, the ones that shut down, the ones that are opening, and if you would go from a major airline to a regional, just to keep flying and just to keep your dream alive and your passion. All right, so I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening to me. Today was a very, very positive video, and I just hope that you guys have a great day, and I love you. I love you guys, and you guys be safe and keep doing what you love to do, and stay prepared. All right, stay prepared.